Stephen, the strong and robust language from Stuart Robert about dud teachers, he's onto something because, let's face it, nothing will kill a great teacher if they watch the system supporting a bad teacher. He says Get rid of them and we'll get an improvement in the overall education outcome.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt about that. And, I found it extraordinary, and I was saying this to somebody at work today, that when I heard that the New South Wales government was bringing back rote learning, I think, when did we ever get rid of things that work? But, he's right. But it's the same in any sort of workplace. If you get rid of the duds, the cream rises to the top. Well, except in this building, of course. But, it's just common sense. And I know the language is going to upset people, but, I can't argue with it.
Yeah, and in fact, we've got about 2 minutes left, Caroline, but it's fair to say that the state governments were paying bad teachers to leave the teaching profession there at one stage. The good ones were taking the money and getting a job somewhere else. The bad ones stayed.
Yeah, no, of course. And my dad always quips about improving the teaching profession. He says fire half and pay the other half double. And once they're being paid double, trust me, what you get going into the profession is going to be a lot better than what is currently going in. Though that said, I'm not really sure whether it's a systemic issue. There's definitely poor teachers, but we all remember the great teachers from our schooling, and we also remember the ones that we really struggled under. So I don't think it's necessarily systemic, but there is an issue there and it should be dealt with.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've got family and friends who are teachers, Bronwyn, so I'll defend teachers. The great teachers you do remember the bad ones, but it's a problem, isn't it?
Well, I've got family who are teachers and are very proud of the standard that they've achieved. But what has happened is that the people who are being allowed to do teaching degrees, allegedly capable of being able to teach other kids, has dropped and dropped and dropped. You can't allow the entrants to come in with not the calibre and the ability to rise to be good teachers. And part of that is due to the fact that we had this whole campaign about smaller classes, which means you need more people. The union gets more members. And then we had the Gillard period when everybody had to go to university and do nonsense degrees, which meant that the people who were going into teacher, they were digging deeper and deeper down into the bucket to find people to get the numbers that they needed.
Got to wind it.
There needs
you're right, Bronwyn.
Differential pay rates. Pay the good ones better.
I agree. Differential. Pay the good ones better and make sure they stay in the classroom. Most of them get paid more when they get out of the classroom and go into admin, and I think that's just crazy.